Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido de nuevo a mi canal. Hi guys, how's it going? And welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you back here with me today because I'm talking about a really special place, one of my favorite countries in the world. This country that we're talking about is country number 104 that I visited on my expedition around the world, and this country is Argentina. Without further ado, let's dive in. Now, I absolutely love Argentina for a ton of reasons that I'll get into in this vlog. This vlog might be a little bit longer than the other ones because it's one of my favorite countries and I've been there on multiple occasions. Let's get into a little bit of geography for those of you who might not have been or might not know where it is, and that's totally okay. Argentina is located in the southern half of South America, and it's actually the 8th largest country in the world. To no surprise, their official language is Spanish and 74% of the population is Christian. Argentina has an incredible array of natural and diverse landscapes and cities, from the salt flats in Salta to the vast mountain ranges of Patagonia and Bariloche. And the country even holds the gateway to Antarctica. I will actually put my Antarctica vlog here, or you can find it in the description box below. A few of the places that you must visit, and these are places that I've actually been to, are number 1, Salta. Salta is located in northwestern Argentina, and it's blessed with not only the salt flats, but the 14 Colors Mountain, which, incredible. It's unlike anything you'll ever see anywhere in the world. If you visit Salta, there's a really delicious restaurant that I recommend you go to. It's called Dona Salta, and there's delicious local dishes from barbecue to empanadas and to local wine and beer, which you will not want to pass up if you're visiting Argentina. I personally think that the best empanadas in Argentina are in Salta, but I'm biased. The interior of this restaurant is something of a medieval cellar. It's really cool and it's super unique. Number 2 is Bariloche. Now, I visited Bariloche in 2019, so a year and a half ago, and it was the only time I'd ever been to Patagonia. But if you don't have the opportunity to go to Chile and visit Patagonia over there, you might want to check out Argentina's Patagonia. I don't know if it's as nice as Chile, I've never been, but it's still pretty incredible. I swam, biked, and ran up in Patagonia and Bariloche for an Ironman 70.3, which they unfortunately discontinued. And there's nothing like competing in a race in Patagonia. And there are, of course, many other things that you can do there: kayaking, hiking, so many things. So be sure to check it out if you have the opportunity. And if you do visit Bariloche, be sure to check out the restaurant Cave In Patagonia Kitchen House, which, if you're a foodie, you won't be disappointed, and that's all I can say. Now, number 3 is, and this might be a little bit unconventional, it's not Buenos Aires. I actually am not a huge fan of Buenos Aires, but as you guys know, I'm not a city person. This one is Ushuaia. Now, Ushuaia is the gateway to Antarctica. It's known as Tierra del Fuego Archipelago, and it's also nicknamed the end of the world. It's actually the world's most southernmost city, and one of my favorites for those of you who are into hiking, nature, and little mom and pop shops. Though I will say it's become a pretty big tourist destination over the years, which is a little bit of a bummer, but hey, it's good for the economy. Got to look at the bright side of things. They have a Hard Rock Cafe, which not my cup of tea. But with that said, you can easily support the local economy. A great local restaurant is Maria Lola Resto. It's a little on the luxe side, which I actually adore, and it has incredible ocean views. Also, the cuisine is, goes without saying, local Argentinian, which of course you want to have when you're in Argentina. Now, I will say that if you are vegan or vegetarian, they do have those options in Argentina, of course, but it's really worth it to try the barbecue, even if you're vegan and vegetarian. I honestly think when you're traveling, it's really important to keep an open mind so you can get a feeling of their culture. Barbecues are a really important part of their culture in Argentina, and gathering with friends and family, and it's just surrounding themselves with these big hunks of meat and good food and breads, like local breads and empanadas and potatoes, and sure, it's meat and it might taste like meat like you've had in the past, but they have their own special seasoning, and it's really the experience, and it is really good as well. So I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm not a big meat eater. In fact, I haven't had red meat and I can't even remember when. I don't really like it, but I will have it in Argentina. Something else you want to try when you're in Argentina is mate, and it's so good. It's something that kind of has to grow on some people. It's traditionally served in a gourd with a metal straw coming out of it, and it's served really, really hot. So it's something that you'll see everyone drinking everywhere in Argentina. And mate is made of the dried leaves of yerba. It contains caffeine. It's very, I would say, bitter and pungent. I actually have some here here that I don't drink as often as I would like to. I actually have a bag that I brought back from Argentina. It's something that is a little bit bitter, but it's got some caffeine in it, so it's nice to have midday, and that's what you'll find a lot of Argentinians drinking it in the middle of the day, in the morning, and even in the evening. It's really good. I actually had a gourd, and unfortunately, I've traveled and moved around so much that it developed mold on it, and I just couldn't really fully get it out, and it was a wooden gourd, and so I had to throw it out. I got it from Argentina, and I had it for years, and I loved it. For this Storytime series, I'm not going to be reading to you my journal of Argentina because I've honestly been there so many times, and I have so many different stories from the different times that I visited. The very first time I visited Argentina was when I was 21, I believe it was, so it was about a decade ago. I had an Argentinian boyfriend who was from Salta, so I stayed with him and his family, and he was the one who showed me the flat. We went to Cordoba as well, which is a kind of a bigger city south of Salta, and so we stayed there for a little bit. So that was kind of my first introduction to Salta. I was able to get together with him and his friends. They invited me to the barbecue, and yeah, it was a really great experience, but a different kind of experience going to Salta with someone else, especially. I will say it's great, and it helps, of course, to have someone who can show you around their country. But with that said, it's definitely a different experience because they're showing you what they want to show you, and because I mean, you're going there with a boyfriend, and it's kind of like freedom is a little bit different and challenging to obtain, if you get what I'm saying. We went to this aerospace center where they had a restaurant. If I can get the name, I'll put it here on the screen, and kind of watched planes take off, and went to a bunch of different, like got some local empanadas from women who were just selling them on the street. Really, really unique, awesome experience. The second time I went to Argentina was when I was visiting during my expedition, and I traveled from Bolivia, I believe, through Argentina to Chile, and I wasn't there for that long, but I did stay in Salta again, and it was so weird to be back because it had been so many years. And that's where I went to that restaurant, Donna Salta. That's where I saw a different side of Salta in Argentina, which I really actually enjoyed. I was able to take in a lot more from just observing. And then the last time I went was a year and a half ago in Ushuaia, where I went and hiked this mountain, where in Ushuaia they have the Marshall Mountains, this gorgeous, massive mountainscape, which you can hike up. And I had some time. I had arrived a few days before I was supposed to take off to go to Antarctica, and I really wanted to just explore Ushuaia a little bit and see what it was all about. Being a nature person, the first place I actually looked into and then headed to my last day was the mountains. It's like this glacial mountain, and people hike up it. It's not that hard to hike up it. There's tons of people who do it. It is a challenge, but you know, it's doable. Sometimes I don't want to like hike up a mountain. I actually want to like observe the mountain from below, but from a really unique place below. I hiked through this dense bush to get to this really great spot where I could see this incredible viewscape of the Marshall Mountains, and it was just this glacier mountain, and it started raining, and it was just really crisp and clean and clear, and wonderful time just being in nature in that one spot. The mountains like within them to get the view up, and I think I got a pretty good spot for that. So I had to like trek through a forest to get there, but it's a great spot. I've just been hanging out here. I have to head out to catch the ship, and so I'm gonna head back now, but it is so peaceful. It's just stunning, and I'm super stoked. I ended up going to this little cafe at the bottom of the mountain on the way to boarding Quark expeditions for the trip to Antarctica. So they had already put my bag in my room. I just had my little travel bag with me, and yeah, I stopped there and I had some mulled wine, which was really, really delicious. Really, I might have had a couple glasses. I was a little bit nervous for some reason going to Antarctica, like departing, because I don't know why, as I get older, I kind of experience a little bit of anxiety and angst when I'm either experiencing heights or being in the middle of some desolate area, not necessarily on land as much as on ocean. So I mean, like I could never sail across the world. I don't even know if I could do a big cruise like that long, because it's just like you're floating in the middle of this abyss. And also we were about to pass the Drake Passage, and that was a little bit nerve-wracking for me. I could say so much about Argentina. It's literally one of my favorite countries, and if you guys have any specific questions about Argentina, I would be more than happy to answer them and to dive into some deeper stories. I'm trying to keep these videos around 10 minutes long. I know you guys could watch longer videos, but I've heard feedback that they're too long if they're over 10 minutes, so I'm gonna try and keep this video as short as I can. With that said, please let me know in the comments below what you want to know about Argentina. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video about Argentina like I asked about with Afghanistan. And also I'll answer any questions in the comments below, of course. If you're heading to Argentina or looking to go, I can definitely recommend places to go and stuff. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching another story time video. I hope you enjoyed this little brief story from Argentina. Let me know if you've been to Argentina down in the comments below. And hey guys, please be sure to like this video. Again, it just supports my channel so much, you have no idea. And subscribe, hit that notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next Storytime video. Bye.
El río fluye, nunca solo está, solo está. El río fluye, nunca solo está.